Ever feel like investment and retirement planning is one gigantic game of whack-a-mole? Up pops market volatility, a virus, a war. It goes on, and frankly, it can be a little exhausting. Tired of playing games on the way to retirement? It's time for Wealth Metric from Annex Wealth Management. More than a portfolio review, it addresses your investment, retirement, and tax plan to help achieve the retirement you desire. Visit AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. Know the difference. Annex Wealth Management.
Have you ever wished for custom designed storm screens and windows that are strong, beautiful, and protect year-round? Start with what's smart. Smart is energy efficient. Smart is impeccable service. Smart is reliable 365 days a year. Start designing your custom storm catcher screens and impact windows today. Call 855-365-SMART or visit stormsmart.com for your free in-home consultation. Storm Smart. Smart is beautiful.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I volunteer with United Way to help the homeless in my community learn computer skills and build a basic resume. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Bodies left behind. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Ukraine's interior minister says around 400 civilians have been found dead in areas around the capital, Kyiv, where Russian troops have retreated. The United Nations reports more than 1,400 civilians killed since the start of the Russian invasion. Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky says again he wants to meet one-on-one with Russia's President Vladimir Putin.
Zelensky says he knows his nation and he personally have been the target of criticism from Putin. On CBS Face the Nation, Zelensky said through an interpreter, seeing the devastation of his country, he finds it difficult.
We can have any kind of negotiations with Russia. That's on the personal level. But as a president, I have to do it. Any war has to end.
Zelensky thanked the Biden administration for its support, but he has not yet gotten security guarantees from anyone in the midst of the war. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Police in Sacramento, California are looking for at least 2 people who shot into a crowd, killing 6, wounding 12. They say the shootings happened after a large fight broke out. It was a rough weekend for air travelers.
Airlines canceled more than 3,500 flights and delayed thousands more. Severe weather in the South, apparently the main problem. FlightAware, a website that tracks flights, found major disruptions at several Florida airports. There were also problems in Baltimore, New York, and some other airports around the country. This comes as air travel is rebounding from the pandemic and demand is strong for spring break flights. Kathleen Maloney, Fox News.
The NCAA Women's College Basketball Tournament's over.
South Carolina has captured its second national championship. Tears of triumph in 2022.
A call on ESPN. The Gamecocks beat Connecticut 64-49. The men's finals tonight, Kansas versus North Carolina. America's listening to Fox News.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
It's a beautiful day to be out on the roads in Lee County. Interstate looking great. Things are flying. I am watching just a few slowdowns on Palm Beach Boulevard as you cross through the interstate. Also intersections of Colonial Boulevard and Fowler Street in the downtown Fort Myers area. And then 41 slowing down just a little bit in the northbound direction as you pad past the Page Field Airport. Other than that, our bridges are looking good. No major incidents to report at this hour. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Scattered rain and thunderstorms return yet again for today, where we'll even have to be on the lookout for an isolated strong severe storm as we head into this afternoon and into this evening. Otherwise, a mostly cloudy sky will be warm and muggy today with temperatures back to 85 degrees for a daytime high. We see that rain chance dwindle as we head into tonight, Tuesday morning, featuring a mild start with low near 70 degrees. We're back to 88 degrees for your Tuesday afternoon. They'll be coupled with a slightly lower rain chance. Still could see a few storms mainly inland for your Tuesday, but we'll also see a bit of a breeze pick back up with highs remaining in the mid and upper 80s for the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Budapest, I'll see you later. Goodbye. I call National Exterminators. National. For $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug. You can rest easy and call the boys at National Exterminators at 23946, no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts. Budapest, I'll see you later. Goodbye. I call National Exterminators. National. For $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug. You can rest easy and call the boys at National Exterminators at 23946, no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
That moment when you realize you have a serious air conditioner issue. A real strip down to your skivvies, no one's sleeping tonight, head in the freezer fail party. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local experts at Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning keep you cool with $50 off any repair.
Want to chill? There's an expert for that.
Call Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Did you realize that Democrats, Joe Biden, the left in this country, they've got a plan. I mean, I know you already know that. But sometimes you see things that are happening that are popping up in the news and you're saying, there's got to be a reason. Because you're saying either two things. When you see certain things that are happening in the news, you're like, well, wait a second. Are they coming around now? Now they see what we see. Hunter Biden, the laptop, and the Washington Post, and the New York Times. It's like everybody's coming together now. Now they realize they're finding out. And no. There's a plan. Nothing happens in a vacuum. And if you think that that's the case, I'll have to tell you and explain to you this morning how. Listen, there is a plan. There is certainly a plan in place for all the things we're seeing, whether it's this administration and what they're getting ready to do along the southern border, which, get ready, you want to talk about, immigration and numbers like you've never seen before. That's coming. But what's next after all of this, after the exposing of Hunter Biden's laptop and the disgusting details that are in there, and some in the media that are admitting that this is a problem? What's on the other side of that? Remember, doesn't mean that they're all going to just lay down and politically play dead. No, it means that something else is going to come up. Something else is going to be pushed. And I'll give you a hint. It's probably going to go Trump's way. Because, that's what I'm not kidding. Why not? Why not? So we'll get to that in just a minute. All right, 239-479-5592. That's the Brett AC Talk and Text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching and subscribing to the show on Rumble. Thank you to everybody who made their way to Oaks Farm Seed to Table on Friday for our surprise birthday party. That I think if we asked Jake the Millennial, who was there in a collared shirt looking really good, and he brought his bow tie, Jake, I think we could say it was a success. A lot of people showed up. It was emotional. It was awesome seeing our 2 World War II veterans turning 100 years of age and being there and being able to have them on the air. And it was a fantastic time. Great crowd. And a big thank you to everybody. VFW there, the police and fire who came and escorted them in as well. It was just a special morning. And we cannot thank you enough for being there. And Jake had the chance to be there with the crowd, so that's always fun.
Yes, it was a great experience.
Yeah, it was nice. So we'll be doing more of that, I am sure.
Yeah, I ate a breakfast burrito the size of my forearm.
Yeah, you did. I watched you do it, and I thought, we've only got about a minute before we have to go on the air, and Jake's face was pretty much like, no problem. Watch this. And you did.
I kind of inhaled it a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
I made it disappear.
All right. That's okay. So it was a great day. Thank you for that. Also, let's see. Well, let's get right to it. All right. First, let's start with this. Joe Biden, President of the United States. Look, you're getting kind of used to this. It's there. What are you going to do? Your morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. I'm deeply proud of the work she's doing as First Lady with Joining Forces initiative. She started with Michelle Obama when she was Vice President and now carries on.
Talking about his wife, Jill Biden, and being together with Michelle Obama. Remember Michelle Obama, the former Vice President of the United States? Deeply proud of the work that Jilly's doing. And joining forces, this initiative she started with Michelle Obama when she was vice president. And that during a commissioning of a submarine, the USS Delaware. Get it? Delaware, Joe Biden, Delaware. It's that kind of, okay. No, it's not a joke. I mean, it's not a joke. It's serious.
Not a joke.
No. I mean, that's what it is. It's called the Delaware, and he's from Delaware, and, Lunch Bucket Joe. And so there you go. Confused about the vice president in the past. And I guess there was a moment as well where it got worse because in the middle of remarks that were being made, he says that. And then finally, you've got the moment where it's being commissioned and everybody is saluting and he fell asleep. Apparently, he fell asleep while he was saluting. It was an odd look, but things that you expect from this president. You would imagine at this point that people would be ready to move on. Listen, can I just ask a question? And maybe I'll ask Jake, and maybe I'll ask you. Would Kamala Harris be that bad as president of the United States?
What, are you serious right now?
Okay, I don't mean it that way. Hold on. Let me back up. Woo! I mean, you've got a choice. It's Joe Biden or Kamala Harris.
You're asking me to choose the lesser of two evils.
I am asking you the lesser of two evils. But
I'm going to go with Biden.
Why? And I'll give you one reason why. I'm almost starting to think that if you've got a choice, that Kamala Harris right now is the only choice. And here's why. It's not competency. It's not like she's going to not have a word salad, because she always does. It's not like you're going to get some kind of enlightenment. It's not like you're going to have a country that is going to be run completely different in a positive I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is that when you have a president of the United States that is so compromised, like Joe Biden is, when you have a president of the United States that more and more as we hear the information off of Hunter's laptop that people are admitting and the connections that are out there, when we hear about, for example, George Stephanopoulos, who's speaking with Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain, who is the mastermind, if you will, behind the destruction of Donald Trump and the Russiagate hoax and everything else. So we're talking about some really bad people. And Ron Klain being asked about this, Donald Trump over the weekend calling for the opening up of dirt of the Biden family. Let's see what's going on here because we need to know what's happening. And so that was brought up. And here's George Stephanopoulos asking Ron Klain.
The Washington Post also reported this week on deals that Hunter Biden had with a Chinese energy company, paid $4.8 million to entities controlled by Hunter and the president's brother.
Okay, so Chinese energy company, no big deal here, Jake, because everybody knows that Hunter Biden, while he was doing crack and some other things that he was doing that, let's just say, we don't want to repeat with tender ears, that he was being paid $4.8 million, entities controlled by Hunter and the president's brother, right? Okay. That sounds real. Now, Chinese energy company, can we always remind ourselves that any business you do with China, businesses you do with China means that by default you are doing business with the Chinese Communist Party because the connection is always there. Businesses work for the Chinese Communist Party. No, Drew. It's more like it's free market, really. If the Chinese Communist Party said to a business, "Listen, we want to see what your business dealings are," and as a matter of fact, we're hearing that you're making a lot of connections with Hunter Biden, and there's a lot of money going around. You keep that up. Keep it up, pal. Keep doing it because that's good stuff. Because that's called compromise, and that's what we like. Lots of that. So a Chinese energy company paid $4.8 million to entities controlled by Hunter and the president's brother, right? So he says to Ron Klain,
is the president confident his family didn't cross any ethical lines?
Ethical lines? Are you sure he didn't cross any ethical lines? I mean, are we sure about this? So what does Ron Klain say?
George, the president is confident that his family did the right thing, but
he's confident that his family did the right thing? Is anybody think that this is the right thing? Are those the right words? Are you sure that's what you want to say? That he did the right thing? Getting paid $4.8 million, controlled by the Chinese energy company, and then the money goes to a company controlled by Hunter and the president's brother. And, there is no one is looking at Hunter or Jim Biden and saying, those guys know a lot about energy. That makes total sense. No, it makes no sense. And everybody knows what it is.
Again, I want to just be really clear. These are actions by Hunter and his brother. They're private matters. They don't involve the president, and they certainly are something that no one at the White House is involved in.
Okay, well, we don't believe you. It doesn't involve the president. No, there's a lot of things that involve the president. Joe Biden entertained Hunter's billionaire business associates in vice president's office in 2014. That's the Daily Mail that had that story. So there's that. Joe Biden's brother-in-law asked Hunter Biden to help him secure a business license in China. Email show that. That's from 2014 as well. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of connections between Hunter, Jim, and Joe Biden. And the 10% for the big guy dealio, right? Even that was brought up over the weekend on Fox News Sunday. And it was, I don't know who, I don't know her name, but she's from USA Today. And again, major publications being asked about this.
Well, I do think the impact on the president is quite perilous. It's a long tradition of relatives giving presidents, creating problems for presidents, and that is what we have seen with this story. Once we have findings, conclusions from the investigation going on by the U.S. Attorney in Delaware, I think we'll know more about just how serious this could be.
Yeah, to see how serious this could be. I think we pretty much know how serious this could be. But apparently it's no biggie. It's nothing to see here. What we're talking about is ridiculous. The New York Post had an article out this weekend. Don't be confused about why. The Washington Post changed its tune, admitting that Hunter Biden's laptop is the real deal. Why the New York Times was fess up last month. Reality forced their hand, and they can't downplay the scandal's impact on Biden without acknowledging the facts. That all of this information has been out there and they've had it, and somehow now, after saying it was Russian disinformation, the lie of Russian disinformation, now they're going to have to come out and say something. But why? Why now? Why is this happening? Why is this going on? Never mind that we had not only authenticated the info and produced confirming sources like former Hunter business partner Tony Bobulinski, remember Tony Bobulinski? But also openly reported how we got it. Unlike the other papers who said it was a big scandal for nothing. It was Russia disinformation. But federal prosecutors have been working on the laptop since before they got it, meaning the New York Post. A federal grand jury is now hearing evidence Hunter committed tax fraud and violated the Foreign Agents Registration Act, among other charges. Indictments are going to soon follow. So Joe's defenders have to minimize the damage to the president they helped elect by suppressing the story in the run-up to the 2020 election. The laptop that Hunter abandoned in a Delaware repair shop back in 2019 contains thousands of emails over 10 years. 10 years, everybody! Related to the first son's foreign business dealings. And they confirm about the CEFC China energy conglomerate, a company closely linked to the Beijing government, which paid him, like we talked about, almost $5 million. They admit as much. So all the evidence is there. It's all starting to pile up. So it's either that the Democrats are starting to say things like, you know what, we got to get out of this. That maybe Kamala Harris wouldn't be so bad because we wouldn't have the gaffes, we wouldn't have the falling asleep, we wouldn't have the compromise. But the problem is that they didn't see that, knowing full well that was the case before. Like, they were plenty happy with doing anything and everything they could to do what? Come on, everybody, say it with me. To make sure that Donald Trump was not going to be reelected in 2020. An election that some might say was stolen, some might say, I got a couple of questions. And there's even some Florida news, brand new Florida news out there about how even in the state of Florida, hey, you know, the Amendment 4 thing, felons get the right to vote as long as they've served out their terms and paid their fines and everything. Yeah, something happened on the way to the idea that that was going to happen. The funny part is that there are some people that look and go, we don't have to do everything the law says, because, you know, if we're the left and we're going to vote for Democrats, then laws don't apply to us. Oh, yeah, that's going on in the state, so we'll have that coming up, too. But again, if you're going to be asked which is worse, I mean, it is important that we do recognize that the safety and security of the United States means something. And if you are willing to continue to put that at risk because you so desperately want to prove that you were right in making sure that Donald Trump was not the president of the United States 2020 and was voted president, and that you truly believe. And I guess here's the other part of this story. You know, the Washington Post admitting all of this now. But they deny that Joe was involved in dealings like this China energy company or any of the others, or 10% for the big guy, declaring it, quote, didn't find any evidence that Biden personally benefited from or knew details about the transactions with the Chinese energy company there which took place after he had left the vice presidency and before he announced his intentions to run for the White House in 2020. No evidence, none at all, nothing. The 10% for the big guy that Bob Alinsky was talking about and confirmed, nothing. Hunter traveling to China with his dad, whom President Obama had charged with overseeing relations with China, Ukraine, and other nations. There's Ukraine. They're doing their best to suppress the story, but there's another part of this that I think ultimately will come out. Maybe not now, but will always be kind of whispered, and it's this. It's the fact that the media believes that even though they withheld the story, even though they did this because they wanted Joe Biden to be elected president, that they were going to have something to do with making sure that Donald Trump was not reelected. They one day, and I promise, look at the calendar, look at the day, look at your watch, get ready for this. One day they are going to say, Jake, listen, we had to do it to save our democracy. We had to do it. We had no choice. We could not have Donald Trump president of the United States with all of the things that he did wrong and all of the places that he was taking us. And, they're going to say all of these lies about how horrible it was. Except if you look back now, you long for the times. Not everybody longs for the time, but they're going to make it sound like they protected democracy by doing this. Watch it. You'll see. Soon enough. As ridiculous as that is. 239-479-5592. All right, when we come back, let's see. We've got, I don't know if you heard it, but a brand new song. Did you hear the new song about Florida that has to do with Governor DeSantis, written by, I guess, Johnny Van Zant and Donnie Van Zant from Leonard Skinner? I don't know if you heard the song. It's it's pretty good. So we'll play a little bit of that coming up in case you haven't heard it yet. And some other news out of the state of Florida that have to do with voting, that have to do with, do we have this? The don't say, I don't have it yet. The don't say bill. So there's news on that. Don't say bill. Okay. On the way next, Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So get Comcast Business Security Edge on the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Comcast Business Internet required. Other restrictions apply.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. The Fed is set to raise rates, and some analysts are saying it could be as many as 11 consecutive rate increases. A rise in the Fed rate can increase the rate and monthly payment on credit card debt and home equity credit lines. If you're a homeowner with significant credit card payments, home equity credit line payments, or if you are thinking about cash out for other things like home improvements, we can help. A no closing cost, conventional fixed rate first mortgage can lock all of these things in right now and actually help lower your monthly payments. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or we're local. Call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know and I know that finding a doctor is one of the most important decisions that you can make in your life for you and your family. And you want to find somebody that's going to promote patient interaction and advocacy above all else. That's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. She's my doctor, and I'm just telling you, it's that personal interaction, that one-on-one, the time that she spends, the huge amount of time going into detail. It's like nothing I've ever seen, and it's that connection that means so much to me. She's got a calming demeanor that'll help you if you've got anxiety about maybe issues that are going on in your life, but you need somebody in your life that you can trust, a physician that will listen. And here's the best part. She'll meet with you face to face anytime you need her, no matter where you are. You've got direct contact and complete access to Dr. Kogan. And that's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. Find out more about her practice on 5th Avenue South by going to customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest-growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. You've heard how much I love my arch supports from the Good Feet store. Now I want you to hear from someone else who's taken my advice.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Caton. I have always enjoyed walking but have had severe pain in my leg and ankle. I heard about the Good Feet store from Robbie and decided to get my own arch supports. I was pleasantly surprised to discover their 3-step support system, which fits in all of my different shoes. I absolutely love them. And now I'm back to enjoying my nature walks, my dog walks, and any form of exercise. I thank Robbie for her advice and the Good Feet store for giving me my active life back.
Friends, if you have knee, hip, or back pain, don't wait. Visit the Good Feet store and take back your life. You know, what you do today will affect the quality of your life later. And nothing changes if nothing changes. Decide today to live your best life. You are worth it, and that's the raw truth.
Hi, I'm Soren Christensen with Advanced Wealth Advisors. Are you worried about higher taxes now and in the future? Are you looking for opportunities to reduce your taxes and increase your income? I'm a certified financial planner professional with training in investment, retirement, and tax planning. I'll work with you to ensure your financial plan is maximizing all tax reduction opportunities. Visit awadvisors.com to request a consultation and to see the Advanced Wealth Advisors difference. That's awadvisors.com.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This
all
Fox
along.
Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Airlines canceled more than 3,300 flights this past weekend and delayed thousands more, citing bad weather in Florida and other issues. FlightAware noted major disruptions at several Florida airports, including Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Orlando, as well as Baltimore and other airports around the country. Gas prices trend lower following the petroleum reserve release. The average price for a gallon of regular slipped to $4.19 on Sunday, according to the AAA, and that's down 14 cents since the March 11th high of $4.33. Crude oil futures flat overnight. The Ukraine war could further escalate auto prices and shortages. Critically important electrical wiring made in Ukraine is suddenly out of reach. Asian stocks ended higher. U.S. stock futures trended mostly higher overnight. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Sal Giangrasso, invested in you.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dardagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dardagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dardagroup.com. That's dardagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Our team is expanding as we grow, and we're looking for a few good people. We're taking applications right now for air conditioning installers, air conditioning helpers, the service mechanic department, our sales team, and we have a few spots open in our apprentice program, where we will take a novice person with no training, put them with a supervisor for a 6-month training program. This will require a commitment to the company. So if you feel you could be one of the best, apply in person at 4697 Elevation Way in Fort Myers. We're just off Martin Luther King Boulevard in the Benchmark Industrial Park. You can call us at 239-482-1542 for directions. If you want to be one of the best, come join us at Kobe Cooling. License CACO 57313.
Spend time and money on spring break and enjoying the outdoors and save on your insurance. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the time for spring cleaning. Cleaning up your policies and finding savings where you can. If spring means a move, a new car, or new drivers hitting the road, then consider us for help reevaluating coverage and costs. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better insurance coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Hi, I'm Keith from Storm Shield. Our mission at Storm Shield is to provide the very best storm protection available and to make the process as easy as possible. Don't take it from me, though. Listen to what our customers say.
Hi, my name is Carl Boscarino. My wife and I moved to Southwest Florida over 21 years ago. We talked about hurricane-proofing our home, but didn't know where to start until we talked to Storm Shield. They asked if we wanted to start with just one side of the house. Who knew you could do that? We started by replacing the windows exposed to the sun, and we were very surprised at how much cooler the rooms became. We also noticed the outside noise had dropped to barely anything. We noticed our electric bill was less every month. The more windows and doors we did, the more money we saved. When the city inspector came to check the work, he asked what company we used. I told him Storm Shield. He said I didn't need to worry, that Storm Shield installers know how to do it right. Again, I was impressed with Storm Shield.
Visit us on the web at stormshieldSWFL.com. That's stormshieldSWFL.com. License number CGC A60475.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
And overall, processing what happened at the Oscars. Look, I'm not here to humiliate Will Smith. He gets enough of that at home.
I also really love that the reason they let Will Smith stay in the audience was that they asked Chris Rock and he said it was okay. So now we just ask the victim right after they get hit in the head? Hey, you cool if the guy who just attacked you hangs around for a while? You don't want to make him mad again.
You know, that whole thing was a lie, by the way. Did you know that? So here, over the weekend, of course, the late night hosts had their opportunity to do the jokes. You know, Bill Maher and Saturday Night Live about Will Smith, and they went after him. But you know, that whole thing was a lie. I guess the producers at the Oscars are doing anything and everything that they can do to spin what happened that day and to make it seem like, Will Smith, they asked Chris Rock if he wanted to stay, and he was like, no, kick him out. And they're like, no, let him stay. That's not what happened at all. Apparently, not only were police ready to arrest him, but they told him to leave, and Will Smith was like, no, I'm not leaving. So he wouldn't leave. And so you think about exactly in that moment what happened, right? That whole mess goes on. They ask him to leave. The guy is belligerent, and he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. So what do? Do you get the cops there and you grab him and drag him out? Can you imagine coming back from commercial and you hear Will Smith being dragged out by his heels? I mean, that wasn't going to happen, so they let him stay. I mean, the whole thing was like a joke. And then he gets an award and he goes up there. It's like, you can't be serious. But it's Hollywood. I mean, there's a lot of that kind of crazy going on. But did you know that? I mean, they made it sound like Chris... And then Chris Rock's people were like, nobody ever asked us to do it. Nobody ever talked to us about this.
Seems like there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, then you got the behind the scenes. What did you call it?
Scenes.
Scenes. And then last night you had the Grammys. Did you even know?
I had no idea.
I know. I think the problem right now, a lot of the big problems with the Grammys, I think, is for me, for Jake, and for you, is that nobody knows the songs and the artists and the people. They have no idea. Like, you watch the Grammys, you're like, who? And you say, what? And, you know, it gets vulgar and all. And obviously there were going to be Will Smith jokes. Who was it? Trevor Noah was the host, and I don't even want to play any audio. I'm just telling you that they joked about him as well. And it's like, that's it. And then somebody wins an award. You don't know who it is. They come up to the stage. You don't know who they are. And it's just, everything's changed. There was a time when, all right, I probably shouldn't get into this because it's not music radio or it's not music driven, this show. But I will say that there was a time not too long ago when you had something called core artists. You know what core artists are, Jake? You had the same people, same names. They were always the ones that were top of the charts. They were the names that you all recognized year after year, time after time. And then that kind of just slipped away. And then it becomes whatever somebody does on TikTok or whatever somebody does on YouTube that gets enough plays that all of a sudden that becomes the hit. And there are no core artists. Like, you don't go to a station and you listen to music or go someplace and now it's become like 80s music, 90s music, right? 2000s music, but you never go someplace and say, I want to listen to music that is the same as, I don't know, trying to think of chorus, Madonna, George Michael, Taylor Swift. I'm just bringing names up that people know. Because then you get stuff that you don't recognize. None of this is making any sense. Do you know?
Well, I mean, have you seen Madonna lately?
I'm saying way back when. I'm talking about a time when you knew
There's definitely core artists.
Who are the core artists right now? Who are the artists right now that define all music? Like, you know that if you're going to listen to music, these are the names you're going to see.
Madonna doesn't define all music.
No, I mean of the era. I'm talking about the time. Like,
well, the era is hip hop. And it's stuff that you guys don't like.
Right. Well, I'm just saying that there are, if you said the names of the artists, they haven't been around very long. They're not established for decades and decades. The people that are the artists right now that are the hit makers, they're not.
No, they have been around since, like, for a while.
So?
For a while. It's not your scene. You don't know these people. So if I start saying their names, it doesn't even mean you wouldn't even know who they are.
You got that right. And maybe I'm not making...
No, you're making perfect sense. There's a different culture now.
Well, I understand that there's a different culture, but I'm just telling you that there are...
Who do you see on late night shows?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that if you were to look at a music chart, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. I know there are people that are just like, tuning out. But if you look at a chart of the top 50 songs in the United States, you will see a lot of names that you will probably never see again. Lots of songs charting that are not going to be there next year or the year after that. They come in and they go out.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah,
dude.
I think that's the case. As opposed
really
to, yeah, I think it is.
So let's pull up the top 50 and I'll prove you wrong.
We're moving on. That's it. Not because I'm
You're
worried.
just mad because your favorite music isn't in the top 40.
That's true. Not because I'm worried about you proving me wrong live on the air. That's not it.
I'm just saying, you don't know.
For example, if I say Donnie and Johnny Van Zant, do you know who I'm talking about?
Skinner.
Oh, look at you. That's right. Speaking of music, how about this? Have you heard this yet? Oh, there it is. Could this be the song of the summer? Ron DeSantis promotes campaign anthem Sweet Florida, and it has the left in the state of Florida going crazy. You can tell because Florida Politics did a whole article on it, and they're just like, it's one of those left-leaning websites you find in the state. On Friday, the governor offered some insight into his musical tastes with a collaboration on what he suggested might be the song of the summer. It was a collaboration? It wasn't a collaboration. It was... As a matter of fact, Johnny Van Zant, the lead vocalist, I guess, was talking about the fact that he came up with the idea and then presented it to him and said, hey, I think we have an idea for a song and check it out. We recorded it on an iPhone and sent it to the governor, Van Zant related. Said we'd never done that before, and when you're a writer, you always want to present something really, really good, so they took a chance. And they pitched it to him to make it something like Think Sweet Home Alabama. And it's like, you could take that and just kind of rewrite it into, and they were like, no, we'll come up with something new. So they did. And it's catchy. It's been in my, since the minute the hook, it's in my head.
You're mad because they will never get a Grammy.
Well, they're not going to get a Grammy for the song because it's Leonard Skinner doing a song, a positive song for a Republican governor. So that's...
But do you think it should get a Grammy?
I don't know. I don't think it's Grammy worthy. It's good.
That little Florida hook, though, I'm gonna loop that. Make that like my ringtone.
I'm telling you, it's good. The hook is an earworm, as they like to say in the business, or used to say. Anyway, Johnny and Donnie Van Zandt and Sweet Florida. So Governor DeSantis has his own song now, and it's got people really upset. Like, how do you get upset about? So then now Skinner gets trashed. This is the left. So who cares? So Skinner gets trashed, which is ridiculous. Of course, they're going to trash the governor because somebody decided. Because nobody ever does anything like that. Except when they had, oh, man, the Hillary Clinton song. Do you remember the Hillary song? Oh, come on.
No, I don't.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
It's not her singing, is it?
No, it's, oh, gosh. Hold on. So there was a Hillary song, a Hillary Clinton song, when she was running, and it was like, it was the fight. Wasn't it the fight song? It was. Oh, here it is. Hold on. You don't remember this? Let's see. Is this it?
Like a small boat.
This is a Hillary. Just skip this part. Okay, go. Okay. You don't remember any of this? Here you go. This is all actors. It was all for Hillary Clinton. Okay. The DNC did something called Our Fight Song, and it was all the actors saying, and we love you, Hillary, and it's a song for Hillary Clinton. You don't remember that? Okay.
No, but I will admit that the Democrats are the cringiest. It's so bad.
It was really, really, really as bad as you can imagine is what it was. So it's a great, listen, the Sweet Florida song is really, really good. All right, so we'll leave it at that. Speaking of Florida, let's see. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talk and Text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Also, you can subscribe to the channel on Rumble if you want to watch. Speaking of Florida, hey, you remember it wasn't too long ago, and I brought this up even, I think, last week, and we've talked about this in the past, that Republicans do something that Democrats don't do, and typically they are rule followers. Democrats are not rule followers. They will pass laws, and then if they don't like the laws that have been passed and maybe the way it's been written, maybe they'll find ways around it, and it's we might cheat a little bit. Or if something comes across maybe from the Supreme Court, or maybe it's the Supreme Court of Florida, or maybe it is a law that is written and signed into law by the governor of the state of Florida or another state that is run by Republicans. I'm telling you, you can double and triple bet and double down on the fact that Democrats in the state or liberals in the state or left-leaning Marxist socialists in the state will figure out a way to get around it because they're just not going to follow your laws and your rules. They don't do it. A 10th person now is charged with Florida voter fraud over jailhouse registrations. The latest indictment follows an 8-month investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement into voter registration efforts that have resulted in charges being filed against 9 former Alachua County inmates over fraudulent voting, at least 8 of whom registered during registration drives organized by the Democrat elections supervisor in Alachua County. So what did they do? Registering people while they were prosecuted, and they were ineligible. Charged with 2 counts of illegally casting a ballot, false voter registration, and illegal voting. 3rd-degree felony. So what happened? Under federal law, Florida law and court rulings, we've talked about this before, felons, most felons, not those convicted of murder or sexual offenses, but felons can register and vote after they completed prison terms and no longer owe any unpaid fines or court fees. Now, the funny part is that if you go back to Amendment 4, that the citizens of the state of Florida were asked to sign when they said, listen, they've paid their due to society and now they want to get out and vote. And shouldn't they be able to do that? And of course, you, being good-hearted people as you are, said, yeah, you know what? They've paid their dues to society. Let's give them a second chances. That's what life is about. Second chances. You bet. But of course, the left in the state were like, oh, awesome. We're so glad that you're going to do that. Yeah, but there's a problem because the way it's been written, it says you have to, you've got to pay unpaid fines or court fees. And then the people who wrote this, Amendment 4, presented it to the Supreme Court of Florida. And the Supreme Court's like, you do realize you got to pay all your fines as well, right? And it's not just the prison term, but you got to pay the fine. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes, of course. Okay, you sure about this? Yeah. Oh, yes. So that was presented to the voters. The voters said, okay. Everybody was standing up and cheering. And then after that, all of a sudden, those same people that wrote the Amendment 4 and said that this is what we should do said, yeah, well, people, how hard is it? It's almost impossible for them to pay unpaid fines. I mean, they've been in prison the whole time. How are they going to do this? Court fees? I mean, that's a lot. That's too much to ask. Yeah, that's not going to happen. No. No, you would have to amend it. But Amendment 4 says that this is what you have to do. And you told us that this was okay with you. So, you've got now people, Democrats, isn't this funny? That went out and said, hey, listen, we've got this... We got this registration drive that we're organizing. Democrats did. Come on down. Well, I'm a convicted. Oh, no problem. Come on, just talk to us about this. And it's like, well, I haven't paid all my. It's no problem. Listen, we don't follow laws. We don't. I mean, is that what happened? Well, apparently in these cases it did. Election workers help them register. 8 of the other cases that are there, the felons register on the same day as the Alachua County elections officials conducted voter registration drives for inmates. So did they not check on all of this? Did they not look and say, yeah, you're not eligible? Well, why would you do that? Why would you full well know that these are the two things you've completed your term of imprisonment, and you've got to pay all court fines, fees. This is an easy thing to check. And if somebody says, I don't have the proof, then they don't get to register to vote. How tough is this? It's not tough at all. But when you understand how Democrats work, look, maybe I won't even say Democrats, that's not fair. When you understand how the left works, that even though you have a don't say bill in the state of Florida, that even if it's written into law that you're not allowed to teach kids pre-K to third grade gender identity, sexual orientation, or talk about sex or anything like this, we're not doing this with the kids. You do realize that there are going to be people right now, as we speak, trying to devise ways to get around it. They're doing it. I have the proof. So we'll talk about that coming up. But again, if you've got a segment of the population that is just flipping you off, scraping their fingers underneath their chin, they're giving you all of the gestures that would say, we're not following your rules, then we don't have a society. 239-479-5592. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Experience really does matter. Hi, this is Vincent Napoleon. We're currently experiencing a very different real estate market. Is this a bubble? Is it going to last? Should I sell now or should I buy now? With over 30 years of living and working right here in Collier County, I know I can help guide you through. If you're currently thinking about selling your home or buying a home, please reach out to me today. Recognized by the Wall Street Journal and Real Trends magazine as one of the nation's top performing agents with a #1 firm, Coldwell Banker. You know, it costs you nothing to meet with me, but will cost you thousands not to. Please go to thatradioed.com, again, thatradioed.com, or feel free to email me at thatradioed@gmail.com, thatradioed@gmail.com. Vincent Napoleon, thank you.
Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. The Fed is set to raise rates, and some analysts are saying it could be as many as 11 consecutive rate increases. A rise in the Fed rate can increase the rate and monthly payment on credit card debt and home equity credit lines. If you're a homeowner with significant credit card payments, home equity credit line payments, or if you are thinking about cash out for other things like home improvements, we can help. A no closing cost conventional fixed rate first mortgage can lock all of these things in right now and actually help lower your monthly payments. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or we're local. Call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now. But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure. We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. We offer you top quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today.
Window World, simply the best for less.
I received a call the other day from a woman. Her voice was shaking. She needed help. Her husband tragically was unable to call himself, but he had told her previously, if anything ever happens to me, call Morgan & Morgan. I was humbled and proud. And what higher honor could we receive than protecting someone's family after they're gone? Her call came in on a weekend night. We went to work right away that night. Life can be shattered in a moment, in a car crash, work injury, or medical malpractice. When that happens, you need a big law firm with an unmatched reputation and resources to fight for you. If your family ever experiences something like this family did, know that America's largest injury law firm is here for you 24/7. We are big because we won a lot. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Hundreds of civilians killed. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. There's more evidence of Russian war crimes reported in towns recaptured by Ukraine. Fox's Griff Jenkins.
In the streets of the town of Bucha, a suburb of Kyiv, bodies of civilians, not Ukrainian troops, civilians, men, women, children, and the elderly, left in the streets, some with their hands tied behind their backs. Reports of women also being raped. A Human Rights Watch documenting some of these atrocities.
The Russian government denies its military is killing civilians. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky sent a video message to the audience at the Grammy Awards in Las Vegas asking for support.
On our land, we are fighting Russia, which brings horrible silence with its bombs, the death silence. Feel the silence with your music. Feel it today to tell our story.
President Zelensky's message during the ceremony on CBS. The Senate is likely to confirm President Biden's nominee for the U.S. Supreme Court in the next few days.
The Senate Judiciary Committee will vote on recommending Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the U.S. Supreme Court today, but without any Republican support. An 11-11 tie is likely on the evenly divided committee. Still, Jackson does have the votes for final confirmation without a tiebreaker needed, and that vote on the Senate floor should occur by the end of the week.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Jury selection starts today for a former Rocky Mountain, Virginia police officer among the hundreds of people charged in the January 6, 2021 riot at the Capitol. Prosecutors say Thomas Robertson was with another former officer who's pleaded guilty to a conspiracy charge and agreed to testify against Robertson. This is the third January 6 trial. The first two ended with convictions. Former President Trump has endorsed Sarah Palin for Congress in Alaska. Alaska's former governor and vice presidential candidate is running for the seat left open by Don Young's death last month. There are dozens of candidates. The primary is in June. The election is in August. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Watching a crash with injuries popping up out of Collier County. This is in the Naples area of Logan Boulevard South and Pine Ridge Road. There is reported roadblock, however, it doesn't seem to be causing any issues or traffic congestion at this hour. Something to keep in mind, though, if you are headed that way. Unusually so traffic on Colonial Boulevard right now, mostly in the westbound direction as you pass the Forum area. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Scattered rain and thunderstorms return yet again for today. We'll even have to be on the lookout for an isolated strong severe storm as we head into this afternoon and into this evening. Otherwise, a mostly cloudy sky will be warm and muggy today with temperatures back to 85 degrees for a daytime high. We see that rain chance dwindle as we head into tonight, Tuesday morning, featuring a mild start with low near 70 degrees. We're back to 88 degrees for your Tuesday afternoon. They'll be coupled with a slightly lower rain chance. Still could see a few storms mainly inland for your Tuesday, but we'll also see a bit of a breeze pick back up with highs remaining in the mid and upper 80s for the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
It's not often a 25-year-old exceeds everyone's expectations. But FGCU has done just that in our first 25 years. Remember the thrill of Dunk City? The rise of WGCU? Being recognized as a top entrepreneurship program? The impact of our water school? If we can build a stronger Southwest Florida in just 25 years, imagine what we'll do with 25 more.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So help protect yours with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continuously scans for threats and helps protect every connected device. On the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. So switch today and get cutting-edge speed with advanced security and be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet for $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract required. Plus, ask how to get a $650 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 4/21/22. Enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay required. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet customers only. Early termination fee applies. Security Edge available for an additional charge. Equipment, installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change.
Ty Lassiter of Key City Capital here to tell you that you better be paying attention to Biden's $3.5 trillion plan. Let me explain why it matters or should matter to you. President Biden's proposed $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill has tremendous impacts on taxes, investment opportunities, banking, and so much more. Key City Capital has a tremendous track record helping our clients grow their wealth by offering strong returns and tax mitigation strategies. Regardless of what this president or any other president does, Key City Capital will always be committed to this mission.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Find it interesting that just a headline on Wink News' website says, "Will reserve oil ease pain at the pump?" And I just find the headline interesting because it's not about ultimately getting rid of that pain at the pump, which is a possibility and can happen, trying to ease it by using reserves that we keep in case of an emergency like wartime, that the suggestion that we are doing that and to relieve it by doing these small little things is avoiding what the bigger topic is and the bigger issue is, which is the fact that we were energy independent. We can be energy independent. And this administration has denied any opportunity for us to be energy independent. We're not doing it. It's not going to happen. And that should be the fundamental question to be asking is, how do we stop this from happening? We've already recognized how it doesn't have to be the case. Don't tell us it's Putin's, what is it? I don't even know what Nancy Pelosi called it. The Putin, what is it? The Putin problem? What? It's just a
bowl of doggy do.
I don't. Yeah, that's what it is. I forget. All right, 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talkin' text line streaming live. DreSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch and subscribe to our channel on Rumble. Yeah, I mean, that's an important question to ask. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we looking for these temporary easing pain at the pump ideas? Even if it's, and I know some people have said, well, why don't we get rid of the state tax? We can do that. If we eliminate the state tax for a little while, we can ease the pain. If we eliminate the federal tax on gas, it's like 20 cents a gallon or whatever. We just need to take that pain away for just a little while. And then what? It's not going to go away if you're not willing to address the bigger issue and the bigger problem, which is you've got a government right now that is insisting that the only way to do this is to move away from fossil fuels right now, knowing full well that it's not going to happen because we don't even have, number one, the infrastructure to be able to, and the energy capacity and infrastructure to be able to supply the kind of power to electric vehicles that we are told is going to happen by what, what was the number? Was it 2026 or some crazy number that the CAFE standards are going to have to be going up to 49 miles a gallon? How are you going to get vehicles averaging 49 miles a gallon? You do that by having so many electric vehicles, that the belief is, on your lot that when you take the very few fossil fuel vehicles that you have and the very many electric vehicles that you're going to put on the lot and force people to buy, that ultimately you'll be able to get up to that standard? Is that what you think? What you're going to do is you're going to have dealerships, you're going to have car companies. Yeah, it's 2026. You're going to have car companies that are going to have to create, like, Jake, you like, you ever see the Flintstones? You ever remember the cartoon Flintstones?
Yeah.
You ever see how they get the little car rolling?
Yabba dabba do.
You better believe it. How do they do it?
With their feet.
With their feet through the floorboard. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have a smart car. You're going to have the car smaller than a smart car with a motor that is an electric motor that you would put in like the fan that's blowing out the exhaust out of your garage or something like that. And you've got foot power to do it, because that way that vehicle that nobody's going to buy, nobody wants, is going to be on the lot, and they'll make like 1,000 of them or 10,000 or whatever. And that thing gets like 847 miles to the gallon. So they'll average that with the other big SUVs that nobody wants to get rid of because we love our SUVs that we could keep if you would just let us have energy independence like we used to have. So they'll average it out and say, look at us, we're on the way. They're going to make cars that nobody wants. Has anybody ever noticed that? Like, I have somebody that I know has an electric Volkswagen Golf. You ever see that car? It's a little tiny, you don't know what
I know the Volkswagen Golf.
Golf, okay. They have an electric one of those. And I talked to him once and I said, I didn't even know this existed. And he's like, yeah, a lot of people don't. It only gets like 100 miles to the charge. You can't really go anywhere with it. It's fun to tool around with and go to the supermarket, but you can't really take long distance treks with it. They did it just like Hyundai did their, the Ioniq Electric that you can't get anywhere, but it's the first electric that they had even before this big push to get electric, if you notice it. There are a lot of car manufacturers that have electric vehicles, and why did they do that? Why is it that you have all these vehicles that nobody knows about that are plug-in vehicles, and they're sitting on lots and they're not selling? Do you know why? They did it to get the CAFE standards up. It's just that they know they're not going to sell them, but it was the only way that they could get the standards up to where they needed to be to calculate the proper numbers. knowing full well that nobody was going to buy them. It was just the average. It was the law of averages. They don't go, you don't even hear about them. So we're going to do more of that. It's just a bunch of nonsense. It's a bunch of nonsense. And then Pete, who is it? Our friend Pete Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
I mean, he's not our friend, but didn't he talk about it just this weekend? What did he say about gas prices? Wait, let me find that. And talking about fuel prices. Here you go, Pete Buttigieg. Listen to this.
So less dependent on foreign oil.
Yeah.
And that protects us from shortages at fuel stations. But here's the thing to remember.
Yeah.
Even if all of the oil we use in the USA were made in the USA,
yeah,
the price of it is still subject to powers and dynamics outside of the USA, which means that until we achieve a form of energy independence that is based on clean energy created here at home, American citizens will still be vulnerable to wild price hikes like we're seeing right now.
So until we achieve a form of energy independence that's based on clean energy, like electric vehicles, you got to get used to these price hikes. Sorry. Now, he says something interesting. Listen to this.
Fuel stations, but here's the thing to remember.
Yeah.
Even if all of the oil we use in the USA were made in the USA.
Which, remember something, we had energy independence and we had our fuel here, and we were able to ship fuel, natural gas, right, out of this country to other countries. Listen to what Buttigieg says.
The price of it is still subject to powers and dynamics outside of the USA.
He's right. It's affected by powers outside of the United States. And here's the catch. I was just going to call him knucklehead, but that's okay. Here's the catch. If we're the ones that are supplying, if we're the ones that are consuming our own, then the prices go down because we are able to supply to others. We're not, if you have countries like Saudi Arabia, Russia, and others that are now competing with us, where do you think the prices go? They don't go up. How do we know? Because look at what happened when Trump was president of the United States. Look at what's going on when we were energy independent, when we were providing others and using our own oil. What was happening? We all enjoyed the prices. And why were they so low? Because ultimately, the world saw what was happening and where they could go to get the energy that they needed, that they can go to places other than Russia, Saudi Arabia, and the like. And what ended up happening? The prices had to go down to compete. Pete. So, anyway, it's just, that's not where I was planning on going to start the break. But I just saw the headline on Wink, and will reserve oil ease pain at the pump? No. Maybe. Yes. But that's not, the bigger question is the one that you really need to ask, which is, how do we make this stop? We can make it stop. So, all right. Is there somebody on hold? I don't have a call screen. Is that right? Okay. I don't even know what that is. 239-479-5592. Not sure. Okay. Okay. Donald Trump, over the weekend, doing one of his big rallies. Did you hear his big rally? Again, teasing the idea that...
So when we go back, if it's me, you got some good candidates and you have some bad candidates. But you know what? If I do make you happy, would anybody here like to see me run?
Trump's running. Look, he's going to run. He's going to run. There's no doubt about it. All right, so a little bit of that. He talked about Title 42 and...
Then Biden and the open borders. These extremists, these sick extremists systematically dismantled the border security measures we put into place and brought illegal aliens streaming across the southern border in numbers like we've never seen before. And the real numbers are even higher than those being reported They're at a level that nobody's even thought possible.
It's true, and everybody knows it, and even Democrats understand how bad this is going to be for them. What was it, on NBC? They were talking about it over the weekend.
So people who are running for re-election, especially, this is going to be difficult for them. Democrats, you have Senator Mark Kelly in Arizona, Catherine Cortez Masto in Nevada, two key states as far as immigration is concerned. And Senator Kelly said after this announcement, you did this without a plan.
Yeah. You did this without... Yeah, what's your plan? So the Biden administration is going to get rid of Title 42, which, due to COVID protocols, is something that allowed for Border Patrol to be able to just turn people away, turn people back. And now they're getting ready to get rid of Title 42. And everybody's saying, get ready for the madness. Miranda Devine, who was on this program just a few weeks ago talking about the Biden laptop, remember Laptop from Hell? She was talking about it as if the border crisis isn't damaging enough, with 2.5 million illegal migrants having crossed into the United States since Biden took office. 2.5 million people. Those are the ones we know of. Now the administration is going to make it exponentially worse by unwinding the latest Trump-era restriction, right? Allowing border officials quickly to expel migrants on public health grounds. That's going to be terminated. It was the last tool Border Patrol had left to stem the flow of illegal migration from more than 150 countries on the southern border. And now they think doubling or tripling the numbers to as many as 18,000 a day. 18,000 people a day. Where do you think they're going? Where do you think all of these people are going to end up? On February 25th, March 11th, March 19th, and March 21st, World Atlantic Airway flights from El Paso flew to White Plains, New York, via Houston. They went to Oklahoma City. Some of them went to Jacksonville. Just saying, flights in general. They're going to be spread out all across the country. This is a problem that if you are a Democrat, listen, I'm just trying to appeal to you. I know I can't because the broader topic is the one that you care about. But just so you understand, what are hospitals, schools, jails? What are infrastructure, driving? What are our roadways? An influx of unparalleled height and numbers. How in the world are we going to handle all of this? I mean, does it need to happen at your front door? Does it need to happen where you're in need of something at a hospital, but the resources aren't available because those resources are being used up by illegals in this country? I mean, is that what it's going to take, or do you think that it's really about compassion and ultimately that's what this is? How is that compassionate? When a legal system can take care of what needs to happen, and yet you feel like we should have open borders, unless, of course, the destruction of what is the freedoms and the liberties that we enjoy and the opportunity to have systems like schools and hospitals and roads, and that all of the infrastructure that we have in this country, that the normal function of these things are something that you're not terribly concerned about because what? Because you despise the country that much? I mean, we don't have a country if we're going to continue to allow this. 18,000 a day? It fundamentally changed the country, and maybe that's what you're looking for. But I wonder if what you are wishing for and hoping for, I mean, what is it? Is it do you find it's a utopia? I mean, what are you looking to gain from this? What's the utopia that you hope to gain from 18,000 illegals crossing our borders? And that is a lot of people that are coming across that not every single one of them has the best of intentions. Not every single one of them has the best of intentions. All right. Let's see. I kind of wanted to pivot to some other issues that the former president brought up. Maybe I'll do that now. I got a minute, right? I got a minute I can do this. Do I have a minute? No, I don't have a minute. Should we go there first? Can we do traffic? Can we do that now? Let's just do that. Let's get some traffic in. And when we come back, there's something else that the president said that people are aghast about. How dare you say this? Are you suggesting that if you were the president that maybe there would not be a war in Ukraine? It's funny you say that because there was a general who said the same thing up on Capitol Hill. So why is it when the general says it, it's not outrageous, but when the former president says it, it is outrageous? Well, you know the answer why. All right, we'll get to that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Longer days, warmer weather. This is the time of the year you need to be enjoying life without joint pain. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, it's time to call QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is helping people right here and all over America get real lasting pain relief. They use highly concentrated, cutting-edge, natural biologic treatments that can restore and repair damaged joint tissue, getting to the root of the pain. It's life-changing. You can get back to moving like you used to, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. If you have nagging pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back, and you're done with steroids and pain meds, call QC Kinetics. And if they're telling you surgery is your next option, don't do it. Call QC Kinetics. Get a free consultation and free second opinion. Learn more about these amazing natural biologic treatments. Enjoy this time of the year doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. In Naples, 239-893-PAIN.
When you spot a rodent at home, you know they're fast, you know they're tricky. But when Truly Nolan's on their tail, you know we're faster, smarter, even trickier. With more than 80 years of pest control experience, Truly Nolan relentlessly chases down and eliminates rodent problems like there's no tomorrow. And for the rodents, there isn't. Because when Truly Nolan is in pursuit, you know one thing is certain. There's no escape. Schedule your free inspection today and get $50 off rodent control by going to TrulyNolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples. With over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space, designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. The Fed is set to raise rates, and some analysts are saying it could be as many as 11 consecutive rate increases. A rise in the Fed rate can increase the rate and monthly payment on credit card debt and home equity credit lines. If you're a homeowner with significant credit card payments, home equity credit line payments, or if you are thinking about cash out for other things like home improvements, we can help. A no closing cost, conventional fixed rate first mortgage can lock all of these things in right now and actually help lower your monthly payments. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or we're local. Call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. So I wore glasses since I was, probably in 5th grade. And it was only a few years ago that I went to Dr. France and his team at France Eye Care to have the LASIK procedure. Look, it's life-changing. When I would read without my glasses or contacts in, I would have to hold a magazine or my phone probably about 2 inches from my face. I was blind. I wake up now, I can see the alarm clock. It's an amazing procedure. But listen, there's all sorts of other options that you can do today. LASIK, the SMILE procedure. Maybe you need a replaceable and reversible option like Visian ICL. The amazing team at France Eye Care will help you find your ideal vision solution that fits the lifestyle that you deserve to enjoy. Don't compromise when it comes to your eyes. Go to the experts. France Eye Care today. Just dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone and find out if you're a candidate and schedule your free LASIK screening.
Dial ** 2020, France Eye Care.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Logan Boulevard South and Pine Ridge Road, that intersection, there is reported roadblock causing a few slowdowns, mostly in the northbound direction on Logan Boulevard. Also watching a crash on I-75 in the northbound direction near mile marker 136. That's near the Colonial Boulevard exit. It looks like everything is pulled off to that right-hand shoulder. The only slowdowns I am watching on the interstate at this hour, speeds around 49 miles per hour as you head southbound from the usual Corkscrew Road exit area. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Scattered rain and thunderstorms return yet again for today. We'll even have to be on the lookout for an isolated strong severe storm as we head into this afternoon and into this evening. Otherwise, a mostly cloudy sky will be warm and muggy today with temperatures back to 85 degrees for a daytime high. We see that rain chance dwindle as we head into tonight, Tuesday morning, featuring a mild start with low near 70 degrees. We're back to 88 degrees for your Tuesday afternoon. They'll be coupled with a slightly lower rain chance. Still could see a few storms mainly inland for your Tuesday, but we'll also see a bit of a breeze pick back up with highs remaining in the mid and upper 80s for the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Spend time and money on spring break and enjoying the outdoors and save on your insurance. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the time for spring cleaning. Cleaning up your policies and finding savings where you can. If spring means a move, a new car, or new drivers hitting the road, then consider us for help reevaluating coverage and costs. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better insurance coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7. License number CCC 1326213.
American-made plantation shutters for you. Your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed. Built to last forever. Call for a free consultation. Discounts for military and first responders. If you support Biden or the 2020 election results, don't call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
At Duncan's Diamonds, we are obsessed with finding you a diamond as unique as your love. As direct diamond importers, we traveled the world to find pieces of unbeatable value and quality. We have 30 times the selection of a typical jewelry store. From enchanting engagement rings to previously enjoyed Rolex timepieces, we have a special something for everyone.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds. We have an unparalleled passion for bringing you the best in diamonds and jewelry. We're here to make this spectacular manageable with expert guidance, exceptional discounts, and unmatched financing programs.
With no middleman, we're able to offer prices 30 to 40% below the rest.
We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it. Come see us today.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive to give the gift of a lifetime.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
I gotta tell you that I leave the break room here. They've got the CBS Morning Show on. And they're talking about, they got this big story about Ukrainians at our southern border. They're in Mexico. Ukrainians are in Mexico. And they do this whole story. They're outside, they're in tents, they're worried about gang members threatening to kill them. You know, they're fleeing Ukraine and they're at the southern border. And I look at the story and I think to myself, this is something that they're projecting as, you know, how awful things are in Ukraine, and it certainly is, and the refugee issues that we've talked about, the millions of people that are pouring across the Ukrainian border into areas of Moldova and areas of Poland and the like, and all of these different places that are being inundated with refugees, where ultimately they're going to have to figure out what we're going to do, or what we're going to do, or what the world is going to do, or what's going to happen next. But isn't it interesting that they're doing a story about how they're at the southern border, as if that's a choice, like that's an option. Like it fundamentally tells you how broken the immigration system is, where your first reaction should be, well, if you want to come to the United States, we should set up or have some kind of system where we could do something and expedite the process of people that are fleeing and doing something. But ultimately, they're ending up at the southern border. Why? Is it because that's where they've been told to go? Like, how did they get from Ukraine to Mexico? And why they're showing up? Like, are we not asking these fundamental questions? I mean, are they ending up at the southern border of Mexico because that's where somebody told them that the best place to go is Mexico because it's the quickest way you can enter the country without having to deal with? You see where I'm going here? I don't know. I'm just asking the question. You know, and when we talk about ending Title 42 and what that means, record numbers, Miranda Devine in this New York Post story. Already since Biden's dismantled the Trump-era border restrictions on his first day in office, the number of illegal migrants who have entered the U.S. is the equivalent of the 5th largest city in the nation. By the time the midterms roll around, we're going to have another 5 million. That's at least 7 million total. That's the equivalent of the second largest city in the country. Almost the size of New York City. It's like importing the entire population of Libya across our southern border. And we have an administration that's doing absolutely nothing about it. That's making it worse. You know, you can't help but ask yourself in many ways, obviously, look, we can solve the problems that we have by ensuring free, fair elections here in this country and making sure that we vote for people, especially in a midterm, people that understand this and see this and know that this is an issue nationally, that we have people in Washington, D.C. that will listen to the people and see that the safety and security is at risk, that we will vote local, and be unafraid to vet every single person that wants to get anywhere near an elected office, and to not be shy about it. What's your motivation? Why are you running for school board? Why are you running for these different offices here in Southwest Florida? Why are you doing what you're doing? I just want to know. What's your motivation? What's your history? What's your experience? And especially your history. Can you prove that you have solid conservative values? Do you have any way that you can prove to us? Or are you just coming and running for a seat on the school board, for example, because you see an opening or an opportunity, or, hey, I've always wanted to do this, why not? Like, the motivation is about you, it's not about parents and kids, and you got to prove it. And there's a lot there that you have to dig into. But the other thing, too, is, as I'm walking out of the break room again in that one story about Ukraine and the border, there's also the story about Ketanji Jackson Brown, who is this week going to see what the Senate has to say about her confirmation hearings and her confirmation as a judge on the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court that people are going to look to make some of the most important decisions, cultural decisions. Politics is downstream from culture, everybody. Andrew Breitbart had it right. Politics is downstream from culture. The culture is where you've got to look. And if you're telling me that we're going to approve of, and the Senate is somehow going to say okay to a judge and make them a justice of the Supreme Court, that not only will not tell you the definition of a woman because they're not a biologist, but everybody knows why she's doing it, because of the radical ideology of the left and what will be presented to them in a courtroom and the decisions that they'll make. But even some of the most fundamental, Andrea Widberg, from American Thinker, had a great article about this, about Judge Brown, and rejecting our very foundation, and how nobody wants to talk about this either. We've got two seminal documents, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. The former states the fundamental predications justifying America's creation as an independent nation. The latter is a contract that sees the federal government and the people define the government's function and limits its powers. Both articulate principles that Biden's nominee to the Supreme Court rejects. Her rejection should instantly disqualify her. Well, what are you talking about? Well, as she describes in the prelude to the Declaration, the bulk of which is concerned with the wrongs George III had inflicted on the colonies, justifying their separation from Great Britain, Thomas Jefferson wrote some of the most famous words in the English language. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Okay. But she emphasizes the words, endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and to secure those rights. Securing these rights is fundamental. We have inherent rights. We have inherent rights that the government cannot infringe upon. Jake the millennial, you get this. You understand, right? When we talk about inherent rights, there are rights that you have. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, unalienable rights. These rights that you are not going to be taken, that nobody's going to be able to take away. They are unassailable. They are yours. You have them, period. Full stop. We all get this, right? So how do you swear an oath to the Constitution when you will not swear an oath to that inherent right that you have? What am I talking about? So during some of what we didn't get a chance to hear, question and answer period for Judge Jackson, Senator Ted Cruz submitted some written questions. Pretty simple. The first question asked her to explain the founder's belief in natural rights, which we just talked about. Jackson responded not in an intelligent, substantive way, but simply by quoting Jefferson's language that, quote, we hold these truths to be self-evident. It was silly and shallow. But the question then was, do you hold a position on whether individuals possess natural rights, yes or no? Like what you swear to uphold, the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution that talks about, the Declaration that talks about these unalienable rights, these that are endowed by our Creator, securing these rights, that you are to ensure that they are secured. Deriving those powers that the government has from the consent of the governed, understanding all of this, you have inherent rights. And her answer was, I do not hold a position on whether individuals possess natural rights. You're disqualified. You're disqualified. A person that would do something like this, as Andrea Whitberg is saying, a person who claims to be a woman yet has no idea what a woman is, and who desperately wants to swear an oath to support and defend the Constitution while refusing to acknowledge its most basic principle doesn't even belong on a Democrat city's municipal court, let alone the Supreme Court of the United States. How do you do this? How could you possibly, like Susan Collins over the weekend says, I'm going to support, and others are saying, I'm going to support her. Based on what? Like, shouldn't this disqualify you? And the answer is yes, but for some reason, there are people that will not step out, step up, and step into a space confidently where you stand on rock. You stand on the rock, of the confident rock of the truth, and not on sand, and you won't do it. And the question is, why? Because you're worried about what somebody might say about you? Are you saying that, well, listen, we're only trading a seat? I mean, what difference does it make? It's already a liberal seat, so all we're doing... No. Do you not understand? And here's something that's fundamental in this. Do you not understand that ultimately there will be more Democrats that will have the opportunity to supplant people on the Supreme Court that will not have Democrat seats, quote unquote? I mean, obviously the seat doesn't say Democrat, but you see what I'm saying? That sooner or later, somebody is going to have to replace Justice Alito, Justice Thomas, and you don't know who that's going to be. And it could very well be a Joe Biden. You just don't know. And all of a sudden that, she's kind of radical, and we understand that there are some radical things that she says in her positions, but it's already a liberal seat. What does that matter? All of a sudden turns into hey, so is this person that's taken Alito's seat. Hey, so is this person that's taken Clarence Thomas's seat. Well, it's not their seat, but this position on the bench. Now all of a sudden that radical is joined by other radicals. And guess what ends up happening, everybody? It's no longer the court that your parents knew or that you know now. It's a completely different court made up of people that think very differently about the Constitution and what it means and what it says and what they think it doesn't say. So, again, shame on those senators who are going to allow her to be confirmed. And shame on us if we are not vetting the people at a local level and vetting people that you think you know, and they seem like a nice person, and no. I need to know more. I need to know your motivation and then some. Because the local people are the same people who end up being congressmen, who end up being presidents, end up being senators, end up being people that will make these decisions. Do you see where I'm going with this? That's why local means so much, because it is that. Because it's the farm team, if you will. These are the people that we're voting for to bring and put into positions that will make these very important decisions for our future as a nation. All right. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talk and Text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching on our channel there at Rumble. Okay, I mentioned this. I kind of teased this a little earlier, but I'll play it right now. You know, the president was, I don't want to say mocked, but called out for a comment that he made over the weekend about if there would be war in Ukraine if he were president of the United States. And he said this. Let me see if this is it here. Listen.
I thought he was negotiating. He had 150,000 soldiers on the border. I said, oh, he's going to make a great deal. He could have made a great deal. I believe when he saw what happened in Afghanistan, the way we ran, and you know, when I was running that, 18 months, we didn't have one soldier killed in 18 months.
So there's the president saying, listen, he saw all these troops that were building on the border, and he could have made a deal, and we could have made a deal, and he was probably looking for a deal, and he could have done that and stopped a war from happening. And what that deal would have looked like, well, who knows? It could have been a deal that Putin wanted to make. It could have been a deal with the president going, there's no deal. Listen, here's what you need to know. You cross that border, and oh man, there's going to be consequences. But he said that, and people were like, how can he know that? How dare he say that? Really? The suggestion that Joe Biden's the problem? It's Afghanistan? Where did you come up with that, Mr. President? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was something that was said up on Capitol Hill. Here's NATO's top general in Europe. And what did he say on Wednesday of last week?
General, why did Putin decide to invade Ukraine right now?
I think he felt like he had...
Why not any time between 2014 and 2022? Why didn't he invade, but why did he invade now?
I think he felt like he had popular support of the citizens of Russia. I also felt like he was attempting to take advantage of fissures that could have appeared in NATO as a result of the post-Afghanistan environment. And I also think it has to do with his age and his efficacy.
So there's the top NATO general saying that Afghanistan withdrawal was partially responsible for Putin's invasion of Ukraine. That was Representative Jim Banks asking him this last week. Yeah, it almost seems like the former president didn't just pull that out of thin air, that he had a place where he knew that was coming from. It seems oftentimes that that's where the president is pulling things from when he comes up with a lot of things that he's talking about, which people somehow want to go after him on when they don't want to mention the fact that there were generals that actually said this to him, and that means something. Yeah. Just putting that out there. All right, 239-479-5592. Enough of putting it out there. Let's put this out there. Why don't we do this right now, Jake? It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. If you so desire, that you're sitting there right now, you're driving in your car, you want to impress friends and family, maybe you just need a little boost of morale and fun, and you want to play. Call right now. Be the 9th caller at 239-479-5592. The 9th caller will not only play, but yes, you will win the $35 gift certificate to the great Aldous Diner at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. That is Aldous Diner, otherwise known as Aldous Restaurant and Bar. All right, we'll play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Indeed, their powerful hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
That moment when you realize you have a serious air conditioner issue. A real strip down to your skivvies, no one's sleeping tonight, head in the freezer fail party. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local experts at Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning keep you cool with $50 off any repair.
Wanna chill? There's an expert for that.
Call Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. You've heard how much I love my arch supports from the Good Feet store. Now I want you to hear from someone else who's taken my advice.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Caton. I have always enjoyed walking but have had severe pain in my leg and ankle. I heard about the Good Feet store from Robbie and decided to get my own arch supports. I was pleasantly surprised to discover their 3-step support system, which fits in all of my different shoes. I absolutely love them. And now I'm back to enjoying my nature walks, my dog walks, and any form of exercise. I thank Robbie for her advice and the Good Feet store for giving me my active life back.
Friends, if you have knee, hip, or back pain, don't wait. Visit the Good Feet store and take back your life. You know, what you do today will affect the quality of your life later. And nothing changes if nothing changes. Decide today to live your best life. You are worth it, and that's the raw truth.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
Wow, the last 50 years at Brett Air have flown by.
50 years ago, Naples was a small town.
It sure was, only one stoplight from Naples Park to the high school.
Where was Brett AC then?
Dad ran the business from our garage, Mom answered phones, and then we moved from the garage to a building on 41 by Park Shore.
I'm grateful Grandpa Brett started Brett Air Conditioning, and you and Mom grew it these past 50 years.
Me too. 3 generations of Bretts working in the business. One day the 4th generation will be taking over.
It's been an honor being a part of Brett Air Conditioning. Proud to say we've never been bought out or sold. Same Brett family. Not many local AC companies can say that.
I believe it's the principles we've built Brett Air Conditioning on, and that's why we'll be around for another 50 years.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Mary and beautiful Benita. So beautiful they named it twice. Hello, Mary.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, it's Drew. What did you call me first?
I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. All right, well.
Okay.
Jake does that a lot. He calls me Bill. I don't know why. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question starts right now.
Okay.
All right, Mary, who was the vice president of the United States in 2003? The vice president.
Oh, my God.
You can do it. You can do it. I'll give you a hint. George W. Bush was president.
Okay. Dan Quayle?
No, it was Dick Cheney. Remember Dick Cheney, 2003? Dick Cheney, remember that guy?
He was a vice president?
Moving on. All right, so let's try this one for an associate's degree. Here you go. In 1804, this duo set out from St. Louis and they went on an expedition. What expedition was it in 1804?
Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark, that is correct. All right, so you got that. So you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Can you name 3 rights or freedoms from the First Amendment? 3 rights or freedoms from the First Amendment.
Okay. The right to free speech, freedom for liberty, freedom of the press, freedom of free speech.
Well, it's not freedom of the freedom of liberty. It's speech, religion, freedom of assembly, freedom of the press, petition to government.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's okay. All right. Well, let's see. All right. So you still have the associates. Let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Oh boy. All right. All right. So listen carefully. It's a multiple choice question. In 1841, this president died just 32 days. 32 days into his term. In 1840, who was that president? Was it Taft, Harrison, or Roosevelt?
I would say Harrison.
That's correct. What a guess. Just amazing.
I guess my long-term memory is better than my short-term.
Well, then we got to work on the long-term stuff. All right. Well, congratulations. You got yourself a bachelor's degree today on Drew's College, and you got a $35 gift certificate to Alda's Diner at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. So don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Just stay right there. Okay. All right, coming up. I don't know what's coming up. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. I'm not really sure. I got a lot of things I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about Joe Biden and how the Democrats are planning to attack inflation and supply chain issues and Ukraine issues. You'll hear about it coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's not often a 25-year-old exceeds everyone's expectations, but FGCU has done just that in our first 25 years. Remember the thrill of Dunk City? The rise of WGCU? Being recognized as a top entrepreneurship program? The impact of our water school? If we can build a stronger Southwest Florida in just 25 years, imagine what we'll do with 25 more.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
and Doug. Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look! An emu wearing sunglasses!
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Mass graves and bodies in the streets. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. The Russian government denies its military is killing civilians in Ukraine, but retreating Russian troops have left evidence of war crimes behind.
Bodies of men, women, children, the elderly lying in the streets of Bucha, that Kyiv suburb. These were not soldiers. They were innocent civilians. Some had their hands tied behind their backs. And President Zelensky is calling this genocide, and he is demanding security guarantees from all Western nations.
Fox's Griff Jenkins, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, in a recorded message played during the Grammy Awards on CBS.
Our musicians wear body armor instead of tuxedo. They sing to the wounded in hospitals, even to those who can't hear them, but the music will break through anyway.
This is day 40 of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. John Baptiste wins 5 Grammys, including Album of the Year for We Are.
I like to thank God. I just put my head down and I work on the craft every day. I love music. I've been playing since I was a little boy. It's more than entertainment for me. It's a spiritual practice.
Silk Sonic wins 4 Grammys, including Record and Song of the Year. The death penalty phase starts today for the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooter.
Gunman Nicholas Cruz has already pleaded guilty to killing 17 people inside the high school in Parkland, Florida in 2018, but his crimes are still eligible for a death penalty. And while he's not having a trial over guilt, he is still required to have one over penalty. Florida law requires a jury unanimously recommend execution. Jury selection starts today in a Fort Lauderdale courtroom, but could take several weeks. In Broward County, Florida, Eben Brown, Fox News.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk is taking a 9.2% stake in Twitter, purchasing more than 73 million shares, according to a regulatory filing. The values of those shares have shot up on the news. America's listening to Fox News.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
Logan Boulevard South and Pine Ridge Road, that intersection, there is reported roadblock causing a few slowdowns, mostly in the northbound direction on Logan Boulevard. Also watching a crash on I-75 in the northbound direction near mile marker 136. That's near the Colonial Boulevard exit. It looks like everything is pulled off to that right-hand shoulder. The only slowdowns I am watching on the interstate at this hour, speeds around 49 miles per hour as you head southbound from the usual Corkscrew Road exit area. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Scattered rain and thunderstorms return yet again for today, where we'll even have to be on the lookout for an isolated strong severe storm as we head into this afternoon and into this evening. Otherwise, a mostly cloudy sky will be warm and muggy today with temperatures back to 85 degrees for a daytime high. We see that rain chance dwindle as we head into tonight, Tuesday morning, featuring a mild start with low near 70 degrees. We're back to 88 degrees for your Tuesday afternoon. They'll be coupled with a slightly lower rain chance. Still could see a few storms mainly inland for your Tuesday, but we'll also see a bit of a breeze pick back up with highs remaining in the mid and upper 80s for the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news! You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Being young protects us kids from a lot of things, like paying bills and boring meetings. Blech. But there's one big thing being young doesn't protect us from. That's COVID. In January, there were over 2 million COVID cases among kids.
But now, kids 5 to 11 can get a vaccine tailored to give us the best protection.
For me, for us,
for kids.
We can do this. Find a vaccine near you at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Spend time and money on spring break and enjoying the outdoors and save on your insurance. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the time for spring cleaning. Cleaning up your policies and finding savings where you can. If spring means a move, a new car, or new drivers hitting the road, then consider us for help reevaluating coverage and costs. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better insurance coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable 5G network. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability assessment wins in 2H 2021. Wi-Fi networks not tested. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
239-479-5592. That is the Brett AC talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. The website Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch this, and it's a simple website. It's good if you want to watch on your mobile phone or your tablet or wherever. You can just go to the website. It works just like an app, and you can subscribe to our channel on Rumble. Hey, listen, why don't we just start the day right, okay? We need to feel good. There it is. So now you got, the governor's got a song, Sweet Florida. Well, the governor doesn't sing on the song, but you've got Donnie and Johnny Van Zant from Leonard Skinner writing a song called Sweet Florida, and it's all about Governor DeSantis, and the left is beside themselves. In the state, they're just like, oh, give me a break. I'm writing a song about the governor and what he's doing, and, okay, well, then write a song about Charlie Crist. What would a song about Charlie Crist sound like? It would be really hard to pin down what that would sound like. And I'm sure if you were going to write a song about Nikki Fried, it would have to have something in there that would be what? What would it be about, Jake? We'd probably have something to say like what would it say?
Marijuana.
That's not very nice. Maybe.
You know.
Hey, listen, the talk is over the weekend. I heard that the House has already passed legalizing marijuana. Right? They did it before. The Senate put the kibosh on that, but legalizing, taking it away from being a Scheduled I drug and opening up the door to legalizing it across the nation on a federal level. That the House passed that, and so now it goes to the Senate, and we'll see what they do.
We'll let them do it. Just let them pass it, so no one can run on it and get elected fraudulently next time.
Okay. Okay. There's that. That is an interesting. See, Jake is paying attention. If you take away marijuana and the legalization federally, that issue, if it's done, you can't campaign on it.
Can't.
That's
it.
It's over. It's done.
No more seeing her face on, gas pumps, and we'll just keep seeing the Joe Biden. I did that.
Oh, somebody who said that to me over the weekend? We were having a conversation about, I did that little Joe Biden bumper stickers. And listen, and somebody said, hey, hold on a second. If the administration is going to try to blame Putin for this, the Putin gas tax hike or the Putin gas hike or the Putin hike or whatever they're calling it, the Pooty hike, or I don't know what they're calling it, right? Shouldn't they have a picture of Vladimir Putin on all the pumps? Shouldn't all the pumps have a picture of him pointing and going, I did this? But you don't. All you see are Biden stickers. Why is that? Because everybody knows who to blame.
There's a guy rushing to print them right now.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they just haven't gotten.
But it'll probably say, wasn't me.
Right. There was a tweet out where I don't know if it was in Georgia, Alabama, I forget where it was, where they put a piece of paper, they taped a piece of paper to the gas pumps and said, stop taking the stickers off the pumps. We want the I did that stickers.
Vandalism if you remove them, right? Yeah.
Don't remove them. It's vandalizing the pumps if you take the stickers off because they're the ones that put them on there. Oh, that's funny.
Marijuana.
Okay, stop doing that. That's not very nice. All right. Let's just sing. Come on. Yeah! I know people are just upset that they would write a song for Governor DeSantis, Sweet Florida. Speaking of Sweet Florida, there are some people that maybe think that Disney should get their business out of Sweet Florida. Where are they going to go? They're going to pick up the castle and put it on the back of a pickup, kind of like they did back in the 80s when they were doing the Midpoint Bridge in Cape Coral and they were moving houses in the way of. Does anybody remember that? I'm on an island. Does at 239-479-5592? Somebody remembers when they were moving houses on flatbeds. I remember being up late, coming home really late in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you'd see the lights on Del Prado, and you'd see a house going down the street. It's like there's a house going down the. No, really. Look outside. There's a whole house moving down the street because as they built the Midpoint and Veterans was going through different communities, they were taking houses out of the way that were in the way, and they were moving them, just lifting them off the foundation, and off they went. It's true. So anyway, so that's what they're going to do to the castle. They're thinking, listen, Disney, Abigail Disney, The heiress is triggered by the pushback that is happening with woke corporations, and she's just upset. In Florida, how dare you? And she tweeted out that, listen, she's standing against Governor DeSantis. And she went on a tirade blasting people, punishing or pushing back against Disney and other woke businesses that have come out in opposition to the anti-grooming bill, as people are calling it. Listen, if you're so desperate to teach gender identity and sexual identity and sex education to pre-K to third graders, what else do you call it? She's the granddaughter of Roy Disney, who co-founded the Walt Disney Company, and she's upset. For my part, I'm delighted at the pushback against Governor DeSantis in the state of Florida. It's the business world that has been, either by act or omission, feeding the opportunist right wing to distract us with culture war nonsense while they rifle through the till and empty everyone's pockets. Excuse me? Empty everyone's pockets? Have you tried to go to Disney for a day? Jake, when's the last time you could get... You've got to mortgage your house. She continued on that... Did you want to say something else? The anti-woke right-wing nonsense is unsupported by a large majority of Americans. No, that's not true. Lots of surveys. The latest one, 61% of voters agreed with the legislation. Only 26% disagreed with it. Once you read it and you understand what it's about, why are you doing this? Why are you so insistent on pushing this? And I think, look, we could go through all the numbers. We already know that you can't say the word in Florida. It's the don't say bill. We all know that. And we won't, and we don't do it. And they shouldn't they have, when people get off of an airplane to come visit Southwest Florida, shouldn't they have some kind of pamphlet that they give people? Like a warning pamphlet? Don't say the word in the state, otherwise, I don't know, somebody grabs you and takes you to the beach. No, I don't know. But look, the couple of things that we all have to realize, and look, I'll say it, I don't mind. But I think it's an important aspect of this discussion is it's very simple. Two things. Number one, that you don't have a choice. The radical transgender ideology that's out there right now is suggesting that you must accept who they are and what they say they are. Period, full stop. This ideology is just that. Like when people are saying, listen, just leave the kids alone, or I don't have a problem with you doing whatever it is you do, just keep me out of it, or keep the politics, keep it out of our business every day and the politics. No, you don't understand that. It doesn't work that way. They're never going away. They're not going to stop. We passed the Parents' Rights and Education bill, and we know what it says and what we don't want our kids to be taught. They're going to do it anyway. They're going to find a way around it. They're not going to follow your laws. They have no intention of doing it. They'll figure out a way to add it to curriculum. They're already working on that right now. And when you say curriculum, well, there's no textbooks or anything. Well, no, there's a lot of textbooks that have some questionable material, but we're not even talking about that right now. We're talking about how a lesson plan will include things that will have to do with gender identity. Like simple plans that will be out there that they'll get it in there somehow, because you will conform. You will do what we tell you to do. You will identify us how we tell you to identify us. And if you don't, we've got enough businesses and corporations that will figure out a way to challenge you and make your life quite challenging in doing so. They've given them the power. You realize that, right? What's changed? Why has this changed all of a sudden? It was never like this. It's changed because now the minority of voices have the majority of places to speak about this and then actually put those words into action when you have businesses that are willing to back them and back what it is that they're saying. You don't have a choice. You have to accept it. And then the other part of it is what they don't even realize, which is the Marxist ideology that is attached to what is the issue of gender. And they don't even know anything about it. Books have been written about it. Gender and sexuality and early Marxist thought. I'm looking at a book right now that has been out there for many years, that everybody that has studied Marxism understands, that that's part of it. The gender, sexuality, the confusion, confusing people about it, encouraging that debate. People have written about this. Even in the turn of the 20th century, this was being discussed as things that needed to be talked about. Marriage, childbirth, equal opportunity within the context of inequalities due to different life situations. The right of choice, same-sex relationships, love, the role of love in human beings, in life. And all of these arguments were things that were discussed in Marxism and how destroying the nuclear family is a part of that as well. It's just a fact. And there are going to be people that are transgenders that are saying that's not my thinking in this at all. I don't even know what you're talking about when you say things like this about Marxism. I don't even know what Marxism is. I just want you to accept who I am. And the sad part about it is that the Marxists are using them as willing dupes and tools to get what they want. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense, Jake? Where there are people that are looking at this and saying, when it comes to gender issues and identity issues, that's not even what I'm thinking. I'm not even thinking about the politics of this. I'm not even thinking about Marxism. I don't even know what Marxism is, but the Marxists do. They know exactly what it means. And where you're saying, I don't understand any part of it, they are using you as part of it, as part of their agenda. It's just a fact. So that's another part of this. Man, there's so many parts. Look, I guess the best part is, or the least worrisome part is, at least when we're talking about, I don't know, illegals surging across our southern border and those concerned, it's not like Border Patrol agents are being forced to use proper pronouns or something like that. I mean, it's not...
Breaking news.
A bombshell. Wait, this just handed to me. Yes, they are. As a record illegal alien surge is getting ready to begin, millions upon millions of people crossing our southern border with the taking away of Title 42, which allowed Border Patrol agents to turn migrants around trying to cross the border, just being able to have that opportunity to do that immediately due to COVID restrictions. That was the impetus for putting that in there, but certainly a tool that they had to turn people back. Taking that away now has the intention of bringing even more people into the country to the tune of 18,000 a day. We're talking about by the end of the year, we're looking at possibly 7 million people who have crossed our southern border, and nobody's doing a single thing to stop it in this administration. But now we're being told by John Solomon, Just the News, that Customs and Border Patrol officials have been given a new directive. They have to use proper pronouns for LGBTQI+ illegals. It was included in Thursday's announcement of a larger Homeland Security Department change instituted on Trans Day of Visibility. That's right, they have to make sure that as they are crossing across the southern border, they're going to have to use the proper pronouns. If they don't, then I don't know what happens. I have no idea. But they put that in there. Along with the fact that the State Department on Thursday announced that U.S. citizens are going to be able to choose X as their gender rather than male or female on their passports. And the TSA announced new standards for screening transgenders, non-binary, and gender non-conforming airline passengers at checkpoints, reducing the number of pat-down screenings, streamlining identity validation. Just tell us who you say you are, and that's good enough for us. Pre-checks more inclusive to include an X-gender marker. More inclusive. What does that mean? That you've got a long line of people and people are waiting for pre-check and somebody's going to walk up and down the line and say, hey, is anybody a gender X? Any X? Yeah, you cut the line. All right, come on in. Come on. No, you don't have to show us. We trust you. Yeah, no, come on. I don't think we'll have any problems there. When you heard about some of the things in our culture that you just let pass, funny things like safe spaces and places where everybody can hug it out. Aren't there like you pay somebody $25 and you just get a hug and all those silly things and Pajama Boy and all that kind of stuff, right? Do you remember all that? You don't remember that there was like businesses started to pop up where you can come here and for $25 you just come in and we'll just hug you
What?
This is new to you? Yeah. Like they hug or they like...
That's where we are now?
Cuddling, right. But we all thought...
We thought what?
No big deal. I mean, it's silly. These are just silly snowflakes and, it's not just whatever. It's a no big deal. And then safe spaces came up and then all of a sudden it started to ramp up. And what I'm saying is if you let the little things pass, then the big things come along and you're like, why are there big things? Because you let the little things pass.
It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It's only going to get bigger.
Yep. That's where we are. And that's what ends up happening. So when people are like, listen, I trust that our teachers aren't teaching our kids gender identity pre-K to third, and we don't need a law that says that because nobody's grooming anybody. That stuff isn't happening. That doesn't exist, and let's just stop the nonsense. And, teachers are good people, and we should certainly pay them more. They need more money, and they're all great, and they just want what's best for the kids, and they're just there for When you end up doing that and just letting that slide, even though there's evidence to prove that not every teacher is like that, and we got questions about books, and we got questions about curriculum. And when you just let that slide, all of a sudden the snowball comes along and lands on your head, and you're like, what just happened? Oh, I don't know. Maybe all the time we let things slide. We're not doing it anymore. We're pushing back, but we got to continue to, right? Got to push back even harder than ever before on a lot of different things because the culture can't rule any longer. This culture that comes along that all of a sudden decides how what we can eat and how we have to act and how we have to identify and what we have to do. What are you looking? Why you? Because you think
you gonna tell me what I can eat? Just you're crossing the line.
I know. Listen, I've already. I know because as much as I tell you that there are other things in there besides giant-sized cookies and Slim Jims. When you come in there and you're doubling down on the cookies?
Yeah, I had 6 Oreos this morning.
I saw them.
I ate 6 of them.
When you double and triple down, I know you're doing it in defiance of me. Like, I know you. That's why you did that. You did that specifically. There was the dancing and the showing of the package and everything and waving it around while I'm trying to talk. That was a little over the top. You didn't really have to do that. And then holding it out to me and then just like licking your chops and then shoving it there in your mouth. You don't have to do that.
Did you lose your sausage again this morning?
Nobody even knows about that. You just
That's so funny.
All right, we gotta take a break, but just a side story. All right, get ready because something might fire. All right, quickly. On Thursday, before we went to Seed the Table, on Thursday, I was super excited because I found this breakfast sausage that I really liked, and I made it first thing in the morning to have to have for breakfast here on break. And somewhere between my kitchen and this building, I lost it. It didn't fall on the floor in the house. It's not in the garage. It's not stuck in between my seats in the car. It wasn't out in the parking lot unless somebody saw, the Link sausages sitting in a bag on the ground. We can't find them. They disappeared. I have no idea where they went.
I'm convinced the dog found them and ate them. And
I don't have a dog, so I don't know where they are. They've just completely disappeared off the planet, and I'm worried because you know that when you can't find something, you'll end up finding it in the worst way possible. And so somewhere, something's going to smell really bad.
What's that smell?
Yeah, so I don't know where they went. Okay, that's it. Let's take a break. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Longer days, warmer weather. This is the time of the year you need to be enjoying life without joint pain. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, it's time to call QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is helping people right here and all over America get real, lasting pain relief. They use highly concentrated, cutting-edge, natural biologic treatments that can restore and repair damaged joint tissue, getting to the root of the pain. It's life-changing. You can get back to moving like you used to, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. If you have nagging pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back, and you're done with steroids and pain meds, call QC Kinetics. And if they're telling you surgery is your next option, don't do it. Call QC Kinetics. Get a free consultation and free second opinion. Learn more about these amazing natural biologic treatments. Enjoy this time of the year doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. In Naples, 239-893-PAIN.
Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Call today for a free consultation. Discount to military, first responders, and Biden voters who wish they voted for Trump now, as well as Trump voters. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
At Wink News, they think a little differently than you might be used to in times like these. When you need to know what's going on, you need the news, not opinion. At Wink, they know you're smart enough to draw your own conclusions. That's why Wink News makes this promise to you. Be first with news that you need to know. Be fair. Earn your trust on every story. Be everywhere news breaks in Southwest Florida. Wink News. First. Fair. Everywhere.
Rockstar Harley has secured 0% APR financing on all new Harley-Davidsons this week. Rockstar Harley has over 300 Harleys on site, ready for immediate delivery. Finance experts on site to help get you approved. 0% APR on all new Harleys this week at Rockstar Harley. Approved credit ends Sunday.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
Wow, the last 50 years at Brett Air have flown by.
50 years ago, Naples was a small town.
It sure was. Only one stoplight from Naples Park to the high school.
Where was Brett AC then?
Dad ran the business from our garage. Mom answered phones, and then we moved from the garage to a building on 41 by Park Shore.
I'm grateful Grandpa Brett started Brett Air Conditioning, and you and Mom grew it these past 50 years.
Me too. 3 generations of Bretts working in the business. One day the 4th generation will be taking over.
It's been an honor being a part of Brett Air Conditioning. Proud to say we've never been bought out or sold. Same Brett family. Not many local AC companies can say that.
I believe it's the principles we've built Brett Air Conditioning on, and that's why we'll be around for another 50 years.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. The Fed is set to raise rates, and some analysts are saying it could be as many as 11 consecutive rate increases. A rise in the Fed rate can increase the rate and monthly payment on credit card debt and home equity credit lines. If you're a homeowner with significant credit card payments, home equity credit line payments, or if you are thinking about cash out for other things like home improvements, we can help. A no closing cost, conventional fixed rate first mortgage can lock all of these things in right now and actually help lower your monthly payments. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or we're local. Call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News. Traffic.
In Lehigh Acres, still watching congestion build up from crashes we've been watching near the intersection of Gunnery Road North and Lee Boulevard.
Traffic on Gunnery Road in the north and southbound directions, pretty much from Lee Boulevard till you hit about Centennial is where you're going to see all of that traffic. So avoid the area if you can, or just be prepared to wait a little bit longer. Out on the interstate, speed slowing to about 19 miles per hour once you get past the Alico and Corkscrew Road exits in the southbound direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Scattered rain and thunderstorms return yet again for today. We'll even have to be on the lookout for an isolated strong to severe storm as we head into this afternoon and into this evening. Otherwise, a mostly cloudy sky will be warm and muggy today with temperatures back to 85 degrees for a daytime high. We see that rain chance dwindle as we head into tonight, Tuesday morning, featuring a mild start with low near 70 degrees. We're back to 88 degrees for your Tuesday afternoon. They'll be coupled with a slightly lower rain chance. Still could see a few storms mainly inland for your Tuesday, but we'll also see a bit of a breeze pick back up with highs remaining in the mid and upper 80s for the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. These are stressful times. There's turmoil all around us, from our personal concerns about health, family, and finances to our feelings about those who trash this great country, its traditions, its protectors, and its flag. I want to scream and make my voice heard, but instead I'm part of the silent majority, those who are dependable, caring, fair-minded, fiercely patriotic, and who every day help to make America great. Stevie honors the silent majority every day by serving our award-winning food and beverages. Relieve today's stress during our happy hour with a great meal. Choose full-at-the-bone ribs or the best burgers in town, great pizza and more. Most of all, sit down, relax, eat, and drink with others of the silent majority. Stevie honors this great country, its traditions, and the sacrifices made by all those before us and today. Our servicemen, our policemen, our firemen, and doctors, nurses, homemakers, and all others of the silent majority. God bless you, and God bless America. Stevie Tomatoes, Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
That moment when you realize you have a serious air conditioner issue. A real stripped down to your skivvies, no one's sleeping tonight, head in the freezer fail party. But fear not. There's an expert for that.
Let your local experts at Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning keep you cool with $50 off any repair.
Want to chill? There's an expert for that.
Call Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Uh-oh. I just saw this breaking news. Elon Musk. Wait a minute, what did he do? Elon Musk has taken a 9% stake in Twitter. Why is he doing that? If you purchase 10% of a stock and spend $3 billion to do it, doesn't that kind of make you like someone who may have a thing or two to say about what happens with Twitter in the future? Oh, man. Wait a minute. Is he like gonna... Oh, never mind. All right, bring the music down. It's making me crazy. All right, we'll talk about that and some other things coming up in just a second. I'm hearing this guy... Like the guy's wailing away on guitar and I'm trying to talk. And it's like, wailing guitar guy. Stop for a second, will you? Jake's just letting it roll. All right, time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. We're late. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
So when we go back, if it's me, you got some good candidates and you have some bad candidates. But you know what? If I do make you happy, would anybody here like to see me run?
Yeah, I'm getting the impression that the former President Trump doing a rally over the weekend, I get the impression sometimes he's saying these things. I mean, certainly he likes the applause line and everything, but it's kind of drives the left crazy when he says, if I run, you ready for me to run? How about I run? The crowd goes wild. It's like, oh, man, I think it's just to get their goat.
Number 4. Is agreeing to voter ID one of those compromises that you'd support?
I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean. Because in some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are. Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't, there's no Kinko's, there's no Office Max near them. People have to understand that when we're talking about voter ID laws, be clear about who you have in mind and what would be required of them to prove who they are.
So when talking about voter ID and asking the question, what about it? It's like, well, hold on a second. You can't, in certain communities, they don't have a Kinko's around the corner. They don't have a place to make photocopies. There's no way that we can, I mean, don't get me wrong. I want voter ID, but there's some people that don't have ID, that don't have any kind of identification to get anything in life at all. And there's no way that they, again, we're going to keep talking about this like that's for real? Like that's a reality?
Number 3.
So less dependent on foreign oil, and that protects us from shortages at fuel stations. But here's the thing to remember. Even if all of the oil we use in the USA were made in the USA, the price of it is still subject to powers and dynamics outside of the USA, which means that until we achieve a form of energy independence that is based on clean energy created here at home, American citizens will still be vulnerable to wild price hikes like we're...
Okay, so there you go, everybody. Wild price hikes. You like the price of gas right now? I know you don't like it, but you're just going to have to get used to it until we have green energy. If you don't get to that green energy sooner rather than later, then forget about this going away anytime soon. That's Pete Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
Yep.
Number 2.
The Washington Post also reported this week on deals that Hunter Biden had with a Chinese energy company, paid $4.8 million to entities controlled by Hunter and the president's brother. Is the president confident his family didn't cross any ethical lines?
George, the president is confident that his family did the right thing.
He's confident that his family did the right thing. That's Biden spokesperson Ron Klain, who was trying to make the claim that the Biden family, finding out that listen, a Chinese energy company paying almost $5 million to entities controlled by Hunter and the president, and the president's brother, excuse me. And he's like, oh yeah, I think the family did the right thing by taking the money. You mean like when Joe Biden entertains Hunter's billionaire business associates in the vice president's office in 2014, when Joe Biden's brother-in-law asked Hunter Biden to help him secure a business license in China, the 10% for the big guy stuff, all of that's nothing to see here. Move along.
Number 1. I'm deeply proud of the work she's doing as First Lady with Joining Forces initiative she started with Michelle Obama when she was vice president and now carries on.
Oh, so when commissioning a new submarine, the USS Delaware, there's the president of the United States, Joe Biden, who wanted to let everybody know that his lady Jilly, his girl Jilly, is doing some great work and working with the former vice president of the United States, Michelle Obama, the former vice president. Huh. Everything's fine.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
No, it's no big deal. Everything's fine. Look, everybody makes a mistake every once or twice or a million. It's just, it doesn't stop. So there's Joe Biden once again. And apparently he kind of half fell asleep during that whole event too, as he was saluting, and he just just fell asleep. Speaking of the former president and this president and all the gaffes and the things that are going on and how Ron Klain is trying to convince you that the Biden family is as pure as a wind-driven snow, and maybe, hey, everybody does this, and it's no big deal when you take millions of dollars from Chinese energy companies, and of course, when they're businesses in China, that they most certainly are under the control of the Chinese Communist Party, but nothing to see here, because if the Chinese Communist Party says, hey, we got some things we want to find out about the people that you're doing business with. And, oh, by the way, keep throwing the cash at the family because you never know. It could be compromising positions that we get them in. That's a problem. What do they do to spin away from it? Like, what's next? Right? We're hearing about all of these things that are going on with the Biden administration and how you have president's dozing off. The New York Times finally admitting that Hunter's laptop is real, clearly to protect Joe Biden, and you've got people like the chief of staff, Ron Klain, saying, "Oh, listen, the family did everything right. There's nothing to see here. Come on." And
the Washington Post also...
and he said, what else? He said...
But again, I want to just be really clear. Yeah. These are actions by Hunter and his brother. They're private matters. They don't involve the president, and they certainly are something that no one at the White House is involved in.
Yeah, nobody's involved in it. It just involves the kids and brothers, and it's no big... I mean, look, it's not affecting the president. So... is there a plan to, spin away from this? Is there a plan to... I mean, it would be really silly if there was some way that they were going to try to make everybody look away from Joe Biden and the Hunter Biden issues and look at... look at former President Trump. They wouldn't go back to that well, would they?
Breaking news.
A bombshell. Oh, this just in. Yeah, they would. Here's Representative Castro over the weekend on I don't know whose show is it. It wasn't Brian Stelter's program. It was a program on CNN. Jim Acosta's program. Listen to what he says. Listen, Democrat Castro. Listen.
Yeah, if that reporting is accurate, I agree with the president. And look, I think many people believe that Merrick Garland is a good person with a good heart, with a good head on his shoulders. But so far, Merrick Garland is failing the United States of America. How many crimes does somebody have to commit to get prosecuted in this country, at least get investigated by the Department of Justice, whether it was the efforts to not allow for the certification of the election, putting pressure on election officials in Georgia, putting pressure on Mike Pence, the possible obstruction of justice, or at least worth an investigation about what happened in that gap where we can't find his phone calls.
So what is he talking about? Going after Trump? Why? Well, a new report claims that the president has told people he wants Trump to be prosecuted. Published in the New York Times on Saturday, Democrats mounting increasing pressure on the Justice Department to take action against Trump and people within his orbit in relation to the Capitol riot, as they're calling it. At focus, Attorney General Merrick Garland, as you heard his name mentioned right there, and his deliberative approach here's the thing. This is their pivot. Their pivot is now the president is saying, look, you guys, you need to do something here. All the talk that we have going on about lowering prices and people making more money and their wages are up. Clearly, inflation is spiraling out of control. The gas prices, nothing's changing here. We've got all of these other things that are going on with this administration, the border that's about to be overrun. You need to get me off the headlines. And you know who needs to be on the headlines, not just because he keeps talking about running again for president, but that's your pivot point. That's where every Democrat agrees. Every Democrat hates Trump, loathes him, to the point where if you make him the center of attention, they'll run with the most ridiculous stories. How do I know? Because listen to what Representative Castro said right at the end of that piece. Listen.
The possible obstruction of justice, or at least worth an investigation about what happened in that gap where we can't find his phone calls.
Oh, you mean the 7-hour gap of phone calls that CNN breathlessly reported on last week about the Capitol riot, and there were hours where we've got phone logs that are missing, and nobody can find those phone logs, and so something nefarious was going on, and this is the smoking gun, and that's what we needed to know. And oh wait, hold on a second. Oh, I just been handed this note. They found it. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's right. CNN breathlessly was talking about 7 hours of phone logs that were missing, only to have to turn around and report that, yes, we found it. Never mind. There is no gap. Just a joke. That's right. They had to rescind that whole conversation about the missing phone logs. They're not missing. They found them. And this dope is repeating it on CNN. I can only imagine. Jim Acosta's like, Ixnay on the onlog because it's been already discovered that that's not really a thing. But he didn't ixnay. So, yeah. But of course, we're supposed to trust CNN and other legacy fake news media outlets because they tell us to. Okay. So there's that. There was some other audio that I wanted to get to. What else did I I know what well, first of all, hey. Oh, that's what I was going to play. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, it's Florida's new favorite song. Of course, I think it's Johnny or Don. Johnny's singing, right? Johnny's singing with Leonard Skinner now, if I'm not mistaken, I think. But anyway, from Leonard Skinner fame, the Van Zants, they're writing a song about Governor Ron DeSantis, and it's catchy. It's got the left in the state going crazy. They don't know what to say. Highlighting the leadership of DeSantis and his efforts to keep Florida free. And some of the lyrics, the press don't like him. He stands up for what he believes. So don't come down here and try to change things. We're doing all right in the Sunshine State. Stay out of our business and leave our governor alone. Governor's red, white, and blue, shooting straight and telling us the truth. Anybody disagree with that? No, really. Well, I mean, the left in the state does, but so a catchy song that the governor has. And even Jake knew when I mentioned the Van Zant family, Donnie and Johnny. You knew exactly. You knew.
Dude, I'd probably get disowned if I didn't.
Is that right?
I mean, no, probably not really.
Now, why is it that you, as a millennial, would get disowned for not knowing?
You don't know who my grandpa is.
I don't know who your grandpa is?
You don't, but if you did, you'd understand.
Okay.
That's all I can really say.
Okay. Enough said. All right. Is it because of the song? Is it because of Sweet Home Alabama, the song, or Muscle?
Let's just say
Muscle Shoals. Is it what is it? Is it the part of the?
He's got some credits for some old timers. He was a studio guitarist back in the day. he used to perform in bars mainly is what he made his money, but
Yeah.
he couldn't write his name on a piece of paper, so he never signed any contracts. But he was it's a pretty cool story.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, this is news. All right, we're breaking news.
He's
here.
only got like like 2 or 3 songs that he actually recorded for himself, but he's on a lot of stuff.
Is he really?
Yeah,
How come you never mentioned this before? Why are you holding out on us?
You know, can't give them all. Can't give them all the eggs out of the basket.
All? You haven't given me one. I'd take a half an egg. Well, that would be kind of gross, but you can't have
got an egg over there.
No eggs. Can't eat eggs. I want to, but I got to cut down on my cholesterol. So I've been told.
You know what? I don't even know what that is. I hear about it a lot, though.
Cholesterol?
Yeah.
You don't want to know. It's... I can't keep track.
Am I going to learn one day?
Listen, here's all I know. There's a good one. There's a bad one. Supposedly, you got to have more of the good and less of the bad. And if you got enough of the good, but you got too much of the bad, then you got to get rid of the bad. But you think that the good would help with the bad, but I don't know. I really don't. I just know there's a couple of them, and I got both. They're in the wrong order. That's all I know. Something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. And I can afford to... Why am I talking about this? All right, let's go. Hit the... Oh, you can't hit the music. That's why. All right, Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
Plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan here at Duncan's Diamonds. Did you know that people drive from all over Southwest Florida to save money on diamonds? We have thousands of diamonds in all shapes, all sizes, 0.5 carat to 10 carat. Here's Sherilyn to tell you more.
Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States. Duncan's Diamonds handpicks diamonds from diamond cutters